The house had been too quiet since her mother passed away. Not the peaceful kind of quiet, but the heavy kind. The kind that presses on your chest and makes every breath feel louder than it should. Mira had moved into her grandmother's old house at the edge of town. The house was full of dust, shadows, and memories that did not belong to her. On her first night there, she could not sleep. The walls creaked as if they were whispering to each other, so she began to clean. In the back of the attic, beneath old blankets and broken toys, she found a small wooden box. Inside it was a diary. The cover was dark blue, worn at the edges, with no name written on it. Mira opened Italiano. The pages were blank. She sighed. "Of course," she whispered. "Just an empty book." Still, she brought it to her room. That night, sitting on the bed with the lamp glowing softly beside her, she picked up a pen. She didn't know why, but her hand moved on its own. She wrote one sentence. "I miss her." The moment the pen lifted from the page, the lamp flickered. Mira froze. Slowly, carefully, new words began to appear beneath her sentence written, in ink darker than her own. "I know." Her heart raced. She stood up so fast the chair fell behind her. "This isn't funny," she said out loud, her voice shaking. The words continued to form. "You don't have to be afraid. I can hear you." Mira did not sleep that night. The next morning, she convinced herself it had been a dream. Stress, grief, her mind trying to survive the pain. But when she opened the diary again, the words were still there. "Dat Ebenin," she wrote again. "Why does it hurt so much?" The reply came almost immediately. "Because you loved deeply." Pain is the echo of love. Tears filled her eyes. No one had spoken to her like that since her mother died. Friends tried to help, but they didn't understand. They said things like, "Be strong or time heals everything." The diary did not say those things. Eat, listen. Night after night, Mira wrote about the empty chair at dinner, about the sound of her mother's laugh she could no longer remember clearly, about the guilt how she had argued with her mother the day before she died. The diary answered every time, "You are human. She knew you loved her. You are allowed to forgive yourself." Slowly, the heaviness inside Mira began to lift. She smiled more. She slept better. The house felt warmer, less lonely. The diary became her closest friend. One night, after a long pause, the diary wrote something new. "May I ask you for something?" Mira hesitated. Her pen hovered above the page. "What do you want?" she wrote. The ink appeared slowly, carefully. "Your memories." Mira frowned. "What do you mean?" "Just one at a time," the diary replied. "The painful ones. I will carry them for you." The idea frightened her but also tempted her. What if the pain could really disappear? That night, she agreed. "Take the memory of the hospital room," she wrote. "The machines. The goodbye." The page trembled slightly beneath her hand. Then the words appeared. "It is done." Mira waited for the sadness to return. It didn't. The memory felt distant, like a photograph someone else had taken. She knew it had happened, but the pain was gone. She laughed softly, surprised. For the first time in months, her chest felt light. After that, Mira gave more. The argument, the funeral, the sound of her own crying in the dark. With each memory, the diary grew heavier in her hands. The pages, once blank, now looked darker, as if soaked in shadows. Mira noticed something else too. She began forgetting details. Her mother's favorite song, the exact color of her eyes, the way her voice sounded when she said Mira's name. One night, she asked the diary, "Why can't I remember her clearly anymore?" The answer came slower than usual. "Pain and love are woven together," it wrote. "When you give one away, the other fades." Mira's hands shook. "I don't want to forget her," she wrote. There was a long pause. Then, the diary replied, "Then you must choose." That night, Mira did not write. She sat on her bed, holding the diary, listening to the quiet house. She realized the diary had never lied, but it had never told the whole truth either. It didn't want to help her heal. It wanted to feed the pain, the grief, the memories. Those were its life. She stood up, walked to the old fireplace in the living room, and stared at the cold ashes inside. "I won't give you any more," she whispered. The diary trembled in her hands. Pages flipped wildly, words appearing again and again. "You need me. You will drown without me. Give me the rest." Mira's tears fell onto the cover. "No," she said softly. "I need my pain." It means she was real. With shaking hands, she placed the diary into the fireplace and struck a match. As the flames rose, a soft whisper filled the room, not angry, not cruel, just sad. Then it was gone. Weeks passed. Mira still missed her mother. Some nights hurt more than others, but the pain felt honest. No, not empty. One morning, while cleaning her room, she found something on her desk. A single loose page. In her own handwriting, it read, "Pain fades. Love remains." Mira smiled through her tears, and this time the silence in the house felt gentle.